Have you ever been fired by your own child during Bring Your Parent to Work Day? My 10-year-old son Aiden always seemed like this quiet, shy kid. So when he came running up to me with that permission slip for Bring Your Parent to Work Day, begging me to come, I was honestly shocked. "Please, Dad, I really want to see what you do all day," he said, bouncing on his toes. "I work maintenance at Riverside Electronics, fixing conveyor belts, cleaning machines, nothing glamorous, just me, my toolbox, and whatever breaks down that day." But Aiden's face was so bright when he asked, I couldn't say no. My supervisor Carl wasn't thrilled about it. He's one of those guys who thinks anything that isn't directly making money is a waste of time. But he gave me permission as long as we stayed out of the production zones where they assemble the circuit boards. That Tuesday morning, Aiden showed up wearing his best jeans and a little notebook he'd brought to write down everything. I felt proud watching him take notes as I explained how I check the conveyor belt tension and replace worn motor belts. He asked a million questions about every tool in my kit. "How do you know which wrench to use, Dad? What happens if that machine breaks? Why do those fans make that sound?" For the first time in years, I felt like what I did actually mattered. Here was my kid, genuinely interested in my work, scribbling away in his notebook like I was teaching him something important. Around lunch, everything changed. We were walking past the main assembly floor where workers solder components onto circuit boards. It's normally off limits, but I figured showing him from the doorway wouldn't hurt. Aiden stopped dead in his tracks, staring at the workstations. Then he started writing furiously in his notebook. "What are you looking at?" I asked. He pointed. "Dad, those wires hanging down, they're not covered. That's dangerous, right?" I looked where he was pointing. Sure enough, there were exposed electrical wires dangling near where people worked. Workers were rushing to meet a big order deadline, and safety protocols were getting skipped. I even spotted a guy wearing flip-flops instead of steel-toe boots. Carl was standing right there overseeing it all. "Don't worry about it, buddy," I told Aiden. "That's not our department." Aiden looked confused. "But you always tell me safety comes first." That's when Carl spotted us standing in the doorway. "Hey, you two aren't supposed to be over here," he yelled, marching toward us. "Sorry, Carl, he just wanted to see the assembly line," I said quickly. "This isn't a daycare center, James. Take your kid and get back to your own area." I was about to apologize again when Aiden stepped forward, holding up his little notebook. "Excuse me, sir, but I think OSHA would want to know about those safety violations." The whole floor went quiet. Carl's face turned red. "What did you just say?" Aiden flipped through his notebook pages. "My teacher said we could write reports about workplace safety for extra credit. She said if we find real violations, we can file actual reports with the government." My stomach dropped. "Aiden, put that away right now." But Carl was already furious. "So you're raising a little snitch, huh, James? He's just a kid. He doesn't know what he's—" "No, I think he knows exactly what he's doing." Carl glared at both of us. "You know what? You're done here. Both of you. I don't need this kind of drama from employees who can't control their kids." "Carl, please, I've worked here for 8 years. And now you've worked here for 8 years and 1 day. Get your stuff and go." He fired me. Right there in front of my son and half the assembly floor. Aiden's face went white as we walked to my locker to clean out my things. "Dad, I'm sorry, I didn't mean—" "It's okay," I said, but my hands were shaking as I packed my tools. That night, Aiden barely touched his dinner. He kept apologizing, saying it was all his fault. I told him he wasn't wrong about the safety problems, but inside I was panicking about how we'd pay rent. 3 days later, the school called. Aiden had turned in his report about workplace safety violations. His teacher was so impressed that she forwarded it to the state OSHA office as an example of student civic engagement. 2 weeks after that, a state inspector showed up at Riverside Electronics unannounced. They found everything Aiden had written about: exposed wires, improper footwear, missing safety guards on machinery. The company got hit with a $15,000 fine. Carl got demoted. The plant manager said having safety violations documented by a 10-year-old was embarrassing for the company's reputation. A month later, I got a call from Precision Manufacturing across town. They'd heard about what happened and wanted to hire someone who took safety seriously. The pay was better and they actually cared about following regulations.